Hi, welcome. This is my first YouTube video, so excuse me if I'm not perfect, I don't speak right, and my video is not edited well because I probably don't know what I'm doing. I'm filming this because I'm ready to just completely heal from my trauma while also helping others heal from their trauma. I feel like as a society, we often push our feelings and our emotions and our mental health to the side to focus on other things when in reality that's the biggest thing is your mind, your mental health, your emotion, your feelings. They all go together. So throughout my life I've always wondered what am I gonna do? What's my purpose? What's my career? I didn't have one. I didn't have a dream job. My dream was just to have a safe environment to live in and a family. I just always wanted a family. I always wanted that dream of family, which I do have and I got. And my life in the last year has taken a really big turn. So that is why I decided to share, because I'm 28 years old, and for the last 28 years, I was surviving like a badass. And I decided to go from surviving to thriving. I want to share that with the world. I want to share with all of the people out there who had really bad childhood trauma or trauma from a relationship or whatever you have. You're not perfect like me. I'm not perfect. But I want to share because I want people to know that it is better. It gets better. Your life is so beautiful. You are a human with a brain. Of course things can get hard. Of course things get messy, and you may feel like there's no reason to live, because I've been there. Oh, have I been there. But it gets better. If you want it to, if you let it, it's all mental, it's all a mind game. I decided that I'm going to start these YouTube videos to not only release pent up tension from trauma and stress inside my body, but to maybe to help somebody else and connect. Connecting is what helps us heal. Feeling as though somebody else gets us and that we're not so alone in this world helps us heal. Knowing that I'm not the only person that grew up in a mentally abusive, toxic environment. I'm not the only one, and I'm ready to share my stories. I'm ready to share the things that happened to me. I'm ready to talk about it because a lot of the time I can't remember it. Can anybody else relate? I can't remember my childhood trauma sometimes because my body has suppressed it so much that it's deep in there, and it will start to affect other parts of your body. So I'm ready to share my story. I'm ready to take you guys on the journey of my life as I dissect it, because like I said, I don't even know where I'm coming from half the time. I don't, they say a lot of the times children who face trauma, it's really weird. It's like you were born, then you were 10, then you were 13, then you were 21, and now here I am. So I figured I will take everybody along my journey as to figuring out my life and the traumatic moments that my body suppresses so much. I mean, I'll be driving and literally, I'm very connected to music. Lyrics and songs will trigger me because I've always went to music as a kid. I always listened to songs to help me cope with like my big emotions. So if I hear a song lyric, sometimes I can go from just my happy life to boom, I just want to cripple up and not be so strong anymore. And it happens instantly. But sometimes I just can't get it out. I can't release it. My body won't cry. I look like a freaking dying baby deer when I'm crying because I literally cannot let it out. And that's a problem. And I want to talk about it, and I want to get better at understanding my feelings and emotions. And I'm setting boundaries and I'm doing all this stuff. And I'm excited that I can finally understand all this. Like, to give you guys a little backstory, because this is my first YouTube post, so I don't want to ramble. I went on a journey the last 2 years. On February 3rd of 2019, decided to go on a weight loss journey and lose weight. I didn't think it was going to open up my mind as much as it did. And the reason it did is because your gut helps control your brain. If you don't eat well, if you eat a lot of processed foods, you're not going to have a clear, healthy brain. So that's where you need to start. That's where I started. Actually, I started even before the weight loss. I started watching YouTube makeup or YouTube videos on how to do my makeup. And I started feeling better about my presence. And then I got pregnant. So fast forward all these years later, I am a beautiful version of myself that I always knew I was going to become. And I want to share that with the world. And while sharing my tips and tricks on how I became who I am and how I beat lifelong depression. I have been depressed since a child. I've been binge eating since I was a child. I've been in recovery for the last 2 years. I think a lot of people look at me, if you don't know me and you don't know my story, and they just kind of put their nose down, like, that girl's too happy. That girl, she's too pretty. That girl, look at her body. She's too fit. I don't like her. But if you knew me and you knew the struggle and the fight that I have to get to be this version of myself, I think you'd give me a lot more credit. And I want to share that with everybody. I want to share how good it can be. Because I think a lot of the times we share the bad and we share the good, but we don't share how we exactly got there. We just say, look at me, I'm doing great now, I'm happy. But we don't really share the struggle of how we got to be happy. And sometimes I think if we just connect more with other humans, then we can have more compassion and we can be more humble. And we can see that people are more like us. Even those really pretty people that look like they have it all together. We don't. We're just trying every day. So my mentality that I've used for the last 2 years is just I wake up and I try. I just freaking try my best every day. Yeah, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's gonna get juicy because I have stories for days and I'm ready to tell my story and I'm ready to understand myself better and I'm ready to understand my trauma and learn some more things about me that my body has kept away for so long. So you have a toxic family, if you have a toxic mom, if you have no dad, I don't have a dad. My dad left a long time ago, so when I was a baby, again, that's a story for another day, so stick around. But welcome to my beautiful life, my traumatic childhood stories, welcome to my beautiful chaos. Let's just say that. I hope you can relate. If you can't, maybe this will help you understand other people better. I don't know, but I'm doing this for me. So welcome to chapter 1.